Welcome to another episode of Review Advent Calendar. And this time around we are going to dive into EROSION with Underdogs. And this is a suggestion by Valour or Valour. Please correct me if I'm wrong, or apologies if I butchered your name. And this is a big one because this is an old song by EROSION. Prior to their stop to releasing music, and now they have resumed that this year. But yeah, this is from their first CD season, I believe. So let's dive into that. Yeah. Rap rock once again. We have the turntablism elements there with the record scratch going on, with the guitar and drum hits going on in there, because the song is going to evolve slightly. EROSION is one of my favorite groups, so this is going to be fun. Strong Linkin Park vibes. That's the first thing that I'm going to say. I love that feel with the cymbals. Ta 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 ta. Before we go to the next person singing, it's so super simple, but it works and it is extremely effective. Worth mentioning that one of my all-time favorite composers for 2D music is here. It is Shinosuke. So, of course, this is bound to be good. So, yeah, let's go. So we have, let's say, singing parts. We have then the rap parts, and the rap parts are being performed by Arthur Lounsbury as well as Ryota Suzuki, which is really, really awesome to find. And at the start we had, of course, Shuya Chiba opening the song, because he's the face of the franchise and the face of the group, and I would say the leading vocal. And then we have Toshiki Toyonaga. Of course, here, the dynamic is really different for Toshiki Toyonaga. So that's why I made that pause. Because usually when you have Toshiki Toyonaga in one group, you will feel that he's going for sure to carry the whole team on his back. Because if you hire someone like him that can do anything on the vocal end, of course you are going to put him in the spotlight. But for EROSION, he has a supporting role. And he is supporting the vocals, not leading the vocals, which is a different dynamic from anything that Toyonaga has done before, but because he's usually at the forefront. But here, he's more of a supporting role because the leading vocal is Shuya Chiba. Everyone else is kind of supporting that performance, although they are all performing at the same time, or they all take their time. And when you are going to see the lines distribution, you actually see that they have a fairly equal lines distribution. The only thing that changes is how much spotlight one gets over the other. And I feel that for EROSION, it's really clear that Shuya Chiba is usually at the forefront, although they change who is leading each song depending on the style of song or the theme of the song or the main vibe that you want there. But yeah, the only one missing is Yuya Hirose. Such an old school, dirty type of guitar riff. I like this a whole lot. Now we have Yuya Hirose. Let's go. Shuya Chiba is actually doing a lot of stuff there, but mostly he's, instead of doing full-on, well, that's a full-on scream. he is screaming. He has some fries here, not gutturals when it comes to the screamo, but he's showing a little bit of his range and the techniques that he has as a performer, and especially as someone that says he listens to a lot of rock music, you can see his rock fan chops coming into play when he's performing. You hear him lowering his tone, basically having a bit of a rougher touch to it. Also, the screams, you are going to get some fries, which are soft in comparison with what you would consider a screamo, or really guttural in screamo. But yeah, so far a really awesome performance, but everyone is basically doing their best. Erosion started with the right mindset in terms of what is the music that they are going to present and how they are going to present it, because they have 5 vocals in the band. Not really easy to manage that, but they actually work that around really well. That scream going on in there is I like that. Though that's unhinged, and I like that. Let's go. I don't know why, but Yuya Hirose here, especially with Erosion, sounds so insane. It's a cutesy type of voice, but he sounds so insane and unhinged that it is crazy. Let's go. That's a fry, all right. That's a fry. So Shoichib is actually doing a lot on the vocal end. Everyone else is, but the fries and the little screams, they were hinting at something big for Erosion, and I hoped that we would get a song that would have gutturals or more fries, which would be okay for me. But we didn't. Of course, that's something that will work their throats a lot, so I would assume that they wouldn't do that because the voice actors want to be okay. And there needs to be a really good technique in terms of screamo as a whole for the singer, otherwise they will damage their vocal cords. So I can understand why they didn't go for a full-on guttural and went for a fry by the end of the song, and also went for a scream instead of a guttural yet again, because yeah, it would make sense. But yeah, Erosion with Underdogs, this is one of the funniest songs that they have in their repertoire. Shinosuke was the composer for these, and I feel that Erosion were at their best when they were working with different composers at the start. They were working with Shinosuke and other composers as well. And I feel that their sound was more incisive and aggressive and violent in a classical way, as you could tell in this song. This is a sort of a classic 90s, 80s rock sound, but with a modern twist on the vocal end. So the vocals are performed as you would have expected of... can we say it is modern? Because the 2000s for me are still modern, but still. It is slightly Linkin Park inspired, for sure. At least the record scratching and the turntablism elements there, for sure. That's something from rap rock. So yeah, that's a big thing. On the vocal end, I enjoy everyone, basically. At the time that I found Erosion, I was not aware of Ryota Suzuki as a singer. It was the only voice that I couldn't even pinpoint. If you told me it was him, I couldn't understand if it was him actually, or if it was Arthur Lounsbury. But actually, they are completely different. So, awesome performance. I like the mix between the singing and the rapping. I like the guitar riff that is driving the song forward since the start of the song. I enjoy a whole lot those nods to 2000s rap rock, let's say nu metal, which is something that I enjoy a whole lot. I grew up listening to nu metal, so that's nostalgic for me. And as a performance itself, I feel that this was one in 2022. It was one that challenged a lot of things, because you usually don't have fries or screams or anything else within rock music in 2D groups. It's super rare, I would say, super rare. There are some exceptions, but that's not really a thing. And Erosion was coming with a sound that was embracing rap rock. They were coming with big composers working with them. They had a really strong lineup. When you say Toshiki Toyonaga, immediately people were interested. The unknowns in 2020 were Shoya Chiba, who was starting to get really big in the industry. Arthur Lounsbury, although people know that he knows how to sing, they were really not knowing if he would fit this project. Same thing with Yuya Hirose, and actually everyone fit. Ryota Suzuki was the biggest surprise for me at the time, and still keeps on being, because his voice doesn't match his looks. That's something that for me messes me up a little bit. His voice doesn't match his looks, but he's a really, really awesome singer. Powerful voice, really calm and collected throughout the performance, which is really important here. And when you are singing alongside some of the biggest singers and some of the most technical singers among male seiyuu, Shoya Chiba, Toshiki Toyonaga, and Yuya Hirose, you are going to actually have to sound on, or do your best to be at the same level that they are. And I don't have any complaints whatsoever, because he is there, he's matching that vibe, he's matching that tone, he's matching that quality. So overall, yeah, that's what I felt back then. Right now, because I'm a big fan of Erosion, and I'm really happy that Erosion is back this year with new music, and we already had 3 singles consecutive this summer, which was really, really awesome. I'm kind of happy that I get to revisit their music, being that this either was one of the first songs of theirs or was the very first song of theirs. I don't recall. But yeah, you can check their music videos on YouTube. You can check their full music videos on YouTube, because they have cast music videos, which was another thing that really attracted me to Erosion. It's not only the lyrics with the character designs going here and there on the screen, it's also the seiyuu. They are performing as the characters in music videos, real music videos, which is crazy good. I like that. I like the whole vibe, and it actually gave me those vibes of this band. Even if the project doesn't work out, the band can keep going on after that, outside of that, because they already are showing their faces and they appear in the music video, so that's really awesome. But in some way, I feel that it was more of a marketing gimmick to showcase that the voice actors really could fit the rock vibe, the gritty, dirty rock vibe that they have here in specific. and that they could do the things that you were listening to. So yeah, that's awesome. A good throwback for me, Underdogs by Erosion. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I like this song a whole lot. Although, if I were to suggest songs by Erosion, I would have suggested slightly different songs, just because I know that they can do much better than Underdogs. Underdogs is a good song, but it's not the best of theirs. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this episode. Also, thank you to Valour for suggesting Erosion with Underdogs. And if you enjoyed this video and want to check other videos that I have here on the channel, you have a master playlist with over 100 videos that you can check. There's different music genres, different singers, different groups, different franchises there for you to discover. And most of the songs I don't even know what they are, because I had never heard them before prior to that recording. So if you want to dive into new music or see music that you like through my ears and my eyes, yeah, those are the things that you can check. You will see those on the screen. If they are not on the screen, just check the YouTube channel for more. And yeah, thank you very much for watching this video, and there's more coming. It's 24 videos in 24 days until Christmas. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.